William Crawford Gorgas and sanitation in Panama. Before the 20th century, transatlantic trade was inefficient, requiring goods to travel far out of route. With pressure from increased commercial production and the completion of the Suez Canal in Egypt, pioneers decided that a canal through Panama, the narrowest portion of the Americas, would solve the problem by linking the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, therefore providing a quick channel through which goods could be transported. During the building of the Panama Canal, tropical disease caused significant French casualties. When the United States took control of the canal, they sent William Crawford Gorgas, doctor and Surgeon General of the United States Army. His success when proving the mosquito theory in Havana, Cuba, made him the best candidate to confront this issue. Ultimately, Gorgas's elimination of the deadly mosquito, innovative leadership, and unique approach towards public health in Panama made the building of the canal possible.
Sunny Panama, life is sunny too, where the ocean meets in Panama.
President Theodore Roosevelt believed that the canal through Central America was crucial and would help build the United States' prestige. Additionally, a trip through the canal would save approximately 8,000 miles around the tip of South America. When Colombia denied the United States' effort to build the canal through Panama, part of the Federation, the U.S. sent their Navy to aid Panama's revolt and fight for independence in 1903. In return, Panama agreed to let the United States take over the canal effort, which had been deemed a failure by the French. During the building of the 50-mile-long canal, it was decided that it would have 2 small dams and a use of lock systems, a huge engineering marvel that would allow boats to pass through by lifting them above sea level. When the United States began construction, tropical diseases in Panama greatly interfered with this process. Because of the humidity, mosquitoes were more prevalent, allowing them to easily spread malaria and yellow fever. Roosevelt picked the highly recommended William Crawford Gorgas to combat this issue because of his successes in building a sanitation program in Havana, Cuba.
Accepting the challenge, Gorgas worked hand-in-hand with Dr. Reed, who developed a widely debated mosquito theory. The theory stated that when an infected female stegomia bit a person who had the disease for 3 days, the disease would be transmitted if the same insect bit another person within 2 weeks. Building off this theory, Gorgas found that burning sulfur and pyrithium powder would fumigate the room, and that spreading oil on top of water would restrict the mosquito larvae from breathing. Seeing the success of the method in Havana, Gorgas applied the same process in Panama, saving many lives and allowing the canal to be built. In Panama, Gorgas developed a 5-step plan to eliminate mosquitoes and prevent tropical disease. He called for the installation of sewer systems and water supply systems, cleaned the streets, properly ridding them of waste, encouraged proper household sanitation through fumigation, and isolated yellow fever cases. He divided the Panama Canal Zone into 24 sanitary districts with necessary transportation, each containing a regional hospital, with 2 prestigious national hospitals located on the 2 endpoints of the zone. This strategy clearly showed his organized method of leadership, much acquired during his time spent in the Army, and devotion to public health.
Well, was a very hands-on approach. He was a servant leader in the sense of he gave the charge. He followed very traditional military rules of engagement in terms of, structure, a chain of command.
For example, his team's previous method of the open dish theory, which was successful in Havana, failed in Panama due to the heavy amount of rainfall that allowed vegetation to grow faster. Because of this restriction, Gorgas altered it by using arsenic that would kill the grass, which held much of the mosquito larvae.
As described by Abulanin, he had a personal attribute of connecting with people, particularly the Panamanians, who saw him as a popular figure during the occupation of the canal. Gorgas understood that different situations called for different types of leadership behavior. His modesty, despite his success and enthusiasm towards his occupation, enhanced his influence among Panamanians and Americans. Rather than solely ordering people around and acting as a boss, he himself was involved in the effort, participating in fumigation and getting his own hands dirty. His effective style of leadership ensured that he was approachable and mature.
However, he didn't just sit in his office and put his feet up and just said, okay, I'll let all my workers do the job and I'm just going to sit in my office and, do nothing. In contrary, he got his hands dirty, which built credibility among his public health officers. He was out there looking, reviewing, auditing, checking, following up. So he was quite visible. He was quite a hands-on kind of a guy. Okay.
There'll be lots of other couples soon, doing just as you and I.
Gorgas challenged his inspectors to perform work at the highest level possible and continuously sought improvement in processes.
Later on in his life, he became more of a thinker and wanted to spread that word after he finished the work of the Panama Canal. And the numbers speak for themselves. The death rate after they realized how to deal with yellow fever went down drastically after they conducted fumigation, they did quarantine, they sealed or covered up areas where there was ponds of water, because that's where mosquitoes propagate. If you go back and see how yellow fever is infected, how do you get infected? It's caused by the mosquito.
No matter where we are.
In spite of all the obstacles put in his way, he made progress. He soon became, in Panama, what he had been in Havana, the most popular man in the area he served. At his funeral, ambassadors, ministers, and high-ranking Army and Navy officers showed up to honor Gorgas and his achievements, representing his high status within the medical and military community. King George and the Queen sent their condolences because they were unable to attend, again showing Gorgas' impressive accomplishments. The British medical journey reflected. All felt that it was fitting that the highest honor this country could pay him should be paid to William Crawford Gorgas, the greatest medical administrator who died in our midst. Gorgas' achievements are recognized in all parts of the world. His actions encouraged American doctors to devote more special attention to the study of tropical disease. Additionally, Gorgas joined the Rockefeller Foundation and was named the president of the American Medical Association and awarded with multiple honorary degrees.
When you find me, you'll love me.
The respect the country showed him became clear when the Washington Post announced in 1929 that, in honor of Gorgas, Panama, the United States and other countries in South America will establish a laboratory institution in Panama where they will carry on his work researching different tropical diseases. They also reported, his brilliant achievements in sanitation have made him eminent at home and abroad and written his name into the permanent records of medicine. Many structures are dedicated to Gorgas, such as the Gorgas Memorial Institute of Tropical and Preventative Medicine and also the Gorgas Hospital in Panama. Additionally, medical wings are named after him in universities, such as the University of the South, Latin University of Panama, and Texas Southmost College. His name embodies honor and devotion for the United States. His efforts not only virtually eliminated tropical disease in Panama, allowing the canal to be built, but they also enhanced the quality of life for people living in tropical regions across the globe.
And no matter where we are, so we
if it was not for him, the canal would not have been built. And if you go to Panama today, you'll see the hospital that he was there, the chair he sat on, the various, they have a museum to his dedication in Panama.